This is MTV's 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. This is Brett Anderson and Bernard Butler of the band Sweaid, who have arrived on these shores with more press than anybody since the Smiths and the Sex Pistols, and we're actually on the cover of the Melody Maker magazine before you even had a record out. How's this press affected your guys' music making so far? Has this affected you in any way, shape, or form? More press than I've ever seen in my life, almost, for a new band.
Well, as I said in the take earlier, that we had to really do.
Right.
All our songs are about journalism these days.
Yeah. No, it's nothing to do with it, really. We don't really... I don't know how it happened. It wasn't a kind of... we didn't have a kind of, like, a huge plan or anything. We just wrote some songs and things, you know. It wasn't kind of strategized like many people think we've been. There was no Malcolm McLaren figure involved with us or anything like that. There was no kind of Svengali or whatever the word is. Right. You know, there was no sort of sugar daddy telling us what to do and telling us what shoes to wear and things. You know, we've just spent most of our lives in a rehearsal room in Hackney writing songs, and what's come out of it is some quite interesting songs, and people have just decided that to write about it and to get excited about us.
Have you obliged them pretty well with doing most of what is required, doing most of the interviews, or have you found that to be a difficult task as it goes along?
I mean, in England we don't do any interviews anymore because it's just completely pointless, because people have read so much about us. They must be bored to death.
Do you worry about a backlash sometimes ensues after so much press happens? Are you worried about that?
I think kind of the term backlash is a bit misunderstood. People assume that the press have got this huge amount of power that they can decide when someone's going to be successful and when they're not. I think that's a complete load of rubbish. I think if you're any good and you make good records, then there's only a limited amount of things that a few people with pens can do to you, really. It's your fans that buy your records, and if you make good records, you know, that's it, really. So hopefully we make good records. Well, that's what we're concentrating on now. We're forgetting about all the kind of peripheral side of it, really. That's what we're obsessed with and what we've always been obsessed with.
Well, we'll be talking more with Bernard and Brett later on and checking out their video for Metal Mickey. Right here, the return of the legendary LA Punk set for it. How do you view your album now that it's all said and done? It's a body of work. Unobjectively, of course.
What do you think?
I think it's rubbish.
Do you? Yeah, I think your bits are rubbish on it. I think I'm good on it.
No, I think your bits are rubbish.
No, I mean, you know, it's probably the record I listen to the most, really.
You listen to your own record?
Yeah.
How often would you say you listen to it?
Most days.
Every day, probably.
Really?
Yeah, we love our records, we do. I mean, I can't, there's a sort of, can't understand this mentality of people that say, oh, I can't listen to my own record. This must be something lacking if you can't listen to it. I think the test of when you've kind of written a good song is that you just keep playing it over and over again, even if it's yours. It doesn't sicken you.
You have to try and detach yourself from it. That's the best bit about it. If you try and imagine that it's not your own record and you just listen to a great record, and then you can just sort of sit back and listen to it, and then it suddenly dawns on you that it's your record. That's a really nice feeling.
Wow.
But if it's a rubbish record, then you get stuck.
Yeah, you just get lost in it sometimes. I really like that. I mean, you know, there's just the occasional track that on our album that it kind of drags me in, like like a piece of theatre. You know, when you're watching a film with subtitles, and you suddenly realise that you're not conscious that there's subtitles, and it's kind of like that. It sort of takes you in and you become part of it, like sort of being a member of a play or something. And that's a really nice feeling when you're not conscious of why it's good or anything like that, which is kind of pretty much the feeling you get from listening to anything good, I think. I mean, pleasure is all about achieving a state of unconsciousness to a certain extent.
We'll be talking more with Sweaid coming up right after the break, and right now, a brand new video from one of the bands on Lollapalooza 90.